Yes, people, welcome back to my channel at Big Steve MCFC, home of the Premier League champions again. The four-peat, 4 in a row, never been done again. It's been a season and a half. It's been a long road. We've had a couple of ups. We've had a couple of downs. We've had a couple of therapy sessions on here. But at the end of the day, we kept the faith. We kept it moving. And we won the title again. And the outpour from North London forever.
I can do it without actually putting the accent
the weather, Trevor, fuck off. That went down like a storm in North London. That one was a firing shot from the blue side of Manchester straight over to North London, just to let them know that what was coming this weekend. Let me introduce my guest, MCFC Daps. Daps, we had a whale of a time, didn't we? Sunday. Brilliant, wasn't it?
Fucked it up again, ole, ole. Fucked it up again, ole, ole. Hold tight, the Everton fans. Yeah, mate. You're right. You're right. I mean, do you know what, right? I got someone say this morning to me that an Arsenal fan say, you're doing too much on Twitter. You should be celebrating more. And I said, listen, mate. I said... From the morning, we were. I said, I said, hold on. We were celebrating before the fucking game, right? We were celebrating during the game. We went on the pitch and celebrated after the game. Then we went into town and celebrated. I said, and I got home. I think I got back to my hotel around about 1, 2 in the morning. I did a live, drunk. Anyone that was on that live, it was probably one I'd never want to watch back. And then I went on Twitter. About 3 in the morning, right? And it was just full of fucking shade on City, right? Absolute shade, right? So I put a post up and then I started responding. Everyone's going, oh, you should be celebrating. I said, no, I've done the celebrating, but now I'm going to defend my club again because once again, all of you are out here talking absolute shite. Rodri's a genius, you know. A man with no social media, and what he does is he gets asked a question after the game, and he just rattles a whole fan base, and then fucks off, and he won't see any of their responses. The whole of their fan base are rattled because he said he doubts their mentality. And do you know what? The truth is that Rodri has been in every single Arsenal fan's head since the 1st of January 2022. When he scored that goal against them. And he knows Rodri's a genius because they're going into next season. Their head's already fucked. Their head is already fucked, thanks to Rodri. So
Rodri's obviously took that quote from the Big Steve quote, because I was the one that said it on the Big Six about the mentality and I got roasted for it. But this is the best thing, yeah. This is the best thing, yeah. All of a sudden, yeah, all these rival fans, United, Liverpool, Arsenal, are like, we're not going to give Manchester City any credit until these charges are proven innocent. Well, let me tell you something, you bunch of bellends. There's not one Man City fan on the planet that gives a shit about your credit or validation or wants to even hear anything out of your mouth. Because all you lot are fucking losers, yeah? Losers. Come to Manchester Sunday night, it was blue. Every bar around the Northern Quarter, Deansgate, was blue. The Mint Lounge was blue. I've never seen as many pissed up, lunatic fucking young lads and birds dancing to Status Quo in my fucking life. What a time to be alive. So all them bum bandits in North London that were all outside AFTV saying, it feels like a win, this, because it's a manufactured Manchester City. All that absolute nonsense you're spouting, mate. You ended up at home at 8 o'clock, probably kicked fuck out your dog, slapped your missus and got a kebab. And we were dancing to the Stone Roses in some cesspit in Manchester full of beer and inflatable bananas. And I wouldn't have been in a Rava in any place in the world.
I didn't want to go home. It took you and everyone else there a lot to drag me out of there. I didn't want to leave. I was having the time of my life. It was an absolute shithole, and I was loving it. And the thing is, like this whole no one cares, right?
They're all here. They don't care, but they're in our live. Look, they're in our live. What's he doing, this lad here? You know what I mean?
Don't care. Why are you here? hold on.
I know you've took.
But the thing is, this no one cares thing for me is right. Do you know what? There's two ways you can look at it. Either way, you're knobs, right? Firstly, you should care because if you don't care, then what? You're going into next season hoping you finish second. Because otherwise, you better fucking care. And if you don't care, well, ultimately, yeah. The best one, Steve, was how many rival fans carried on watching the game once it was over to watch the trophy parade? I can tell you now, I don't watch trophy parades for other football clubs. Any fan base that watches trophy parades, like I will watch the Manchester City documentary. I won't watch the Man United documentary. I don't even like watching. The last few years, I haven't even watched Liverpool play football really because I don't want to see my rivals win. So all of this no one cares crap is just copium. The amount 115 copium.
It's like, you know what 115 is? It's like a teddy bear. And you know them snuggles that kids have when they'd have them little snuggles and they rub them against their nose when they feel like they want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
That's what the 115 is to rival fans. It's a little coping mechanism. It's a little Build-A-Bear. Build-A-Bear 115. Oh, my team's got beat, so I'll throw the toys out the pram and I'll go and find a City fan and we'll say 115. Not one City fan on this planet gives a shit about that. Not
no, we sing about it. And
exactly, we sing about it.
Neil Chappell, who do you support, right? Because this is the best one, right? Is when I see things like human rights, right? Okay, so let's take the human rights thing. You probably support Man United, Liverpool, or Arsenal, who are owned by fucking Americans, yeah? Good luck with that human rights crap if your club is owned by an American. The second thing he said about Etihad, that just confirms to me that you don't go to games, right? It just confirms it because, do you know what? Hold tight, Dan Potts. Dan Potts is a fucking real one that goes home and away to Arsenal games. Dan Potts messaged me half hour after the game, congratulating me and saying, well done, mate. He's a real Arsenal fan that goes to games home and away. And do you know what? Hold tight, all the West Ham fans that are out there when there's absolute...
Got the Jurgen Klopp crying brigade in.
Oh, brilliant. So there's some of the sort of big Arsenal account, and this is the thing that makes me laugh. Not a little kid with an Odegaard picture. A big Arsenal account posted a video, Steve, that was of it was taken from the corner of the family stand, right? Once the players had won the game. We'd invaded the pitch. They'd cleared us off the pitch. They'd set everything up. They'd done the lift. They'd come to the south stand, celebrated in front of all of us lot. And then, they work their way around the stand. And once you've done all of that, because you've been in the ground for probably an hour and a half after the game, you leave.
Yeah.
And they work their way around. Someone had waited until they got to the family stand, then recorded the rest of the ground. And a big Arsenal account posted it going, look, people didn't even stay to watch.
They're not used to it. They don't understand how it works.
They don't understand how it works. And they were going, yeah, we all stayed to watch the fucking Arteta speech. Well, the Arteta speech was probably 15 minutes after. You didn't have no trophy parade. You didn't have people invading the pitch. You don't know any of that, right? And it just makes me laugh because anyone that does this, but hold tight, all the West Ham fans that were on there, on the Arsenal account, on them, posting videos from where they were, going, what are you talking about? The stadium was fucking ram. Like, what are you talking about? And this is the thing. Anyone that talks about Etihad, if that helps you cope, no problem. Absolutely no problem.
No, at the end of the day, what we've done in the last few weeks is unbelievable. We kept saying we weren't at the races. We admitted that on air. We said we knew we wasn't playing too well. People saying, "Oh, you're beating everybody." Yeah, but there was a standard that's been set this football club last season, so we're already in our minds judging it on that.
Yeah.
But we knew we had to get the job done. We looked at the running, and everybody said, "Brighton away on a Thursday night, nightmare." That,
yeah, including me, by the way.
Nottingham Forest on the Saturday, nightmare. That, smashed it. Wolves, yeah, they've already beat you once, smashed them. Fulham, yeah, but Fulham, you won't beat Fulham there. Smashed them. Tottenham away, won't beat that. Arsenal spent more time cheering for other teams to beat us at the Etihad than rather concentrating on themselves coming to the Etihad and beating us themselves.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, there was no way on this planet West Ham was beating us at weekend. There was a few old, mad, typical City lunatics knocking about near the ground saying, "Steve, are you nervous?" And I was like, "No." "What do you mean?" I went, "No." I said, "It's Manchester City Football Club against West Ham. You know, we've not lost in 41 games at the Etihad. West Ham have just been smashed 5 by Chelsea, 5 by Palace, and they're on the beach. Do you think anything? 2 minutes into the game, Philip Walter Foden, bang! What a goal, by the way, as well. And that's it.
Have you seen Aguero's reaction to it? The minute, I just watched it a minute ago, right? I can't understand what he's saying because it's in Argentinian. But the minute Foden lets the ball roll in front of him and turns, the minute he turns, Aguero starts celebrating before Foden has even touched the ball, because Aguero knows when Foden does that turn in that position, the ball's only ending up in one place. Do you know what? I've got to give a special shout out to Foden for that as well, right? Because if you look, Steve, over the years, all the players that we have had, all the clutch players that we have had, right? And they've still made us wait till about the 70th minute, 80th minute, 90th minute to give us that moment. So they've put us through hell, right, on the last day of the season. And this season, I think it's quite fitting that now Phil's become our clutch player. He's gone, now, you know what? I'm not making my people wait 70 minutes. I want this place to be a party from the second minute. And the way that I think it's so fitting that he stepped up and did that and then let little Ronnie pop the bottles.
Mate, it was just, the thing is, what we got to understand is as City fans, right? When I was in the stadium and I was looking at that scoreboard, and it was coming up 4-peat, 4 in a row. Then it said Pep Guardiola's won 17 trophies. 17 trophies. I was talking to my dad before we went to the unveiling of Guardiola at the campus. I took my little boy, and he was playing on this little like inflatable football pitch, and Pep was on the stage.
Would have been little then as well, wouldn't he?
I said to my dad, I said, what do you reckon? And he went, fucking hell, he's got to do it, hasn't he? And I was like, yeah. And I said, I can't believe like what he's done. I can't believe what he's done. And like you say, all this about, right, all these rival fans, listen, at the end of the day, right, I try not to get involved, but every now and then I like to throw a little bit of something in to spice it up. But I'm not allowed to do that, apparently. For 10 months of the year, everyone controls City, say what they want. As soon as Big Steve says anything, the toys are out the pram, the death threats coming through. I hope you get cancer. I hope your kids die. I've had all that this week.
Blocked from lives. Turning into grasses, reporting on accounts just because you've lost the game.
You know, getting banned off Instagram and all that. But listen, when shit like that happens, you know you're doing something right. You know you're doing something. And I've given Arsenal flowers, and I've given credit for having a good season. But I'm not giving them credit for anything other than that. At the end of the day, they finish second. People that finish second don't get credit. We get credit, but we get credit off our own. We're on our own in this. We always have been. We don't care about a match of the day, Sky Sports, what anyone else says, because in their heads, the only thing that they can think about is Man City must have cheated because all these glorious teams, all these big traditional clubs are all getting beat every season by little Manchester City. Not because we buy better than them, not because we've got a better manager than them, not because we've got better players than them. It must be some other reason. What can it be? Oh, well, someone said it's this and they got charged. It must be this. So at the end of the day, when the day comes and the name Manchester City is cleared, yeah, don't forget, it'll still continue because they'll say you paid them off, you've done this, you've done that. I don't care. But there's going to be some serious families across this country being split up where these men, fully grown men who have lost their mind because they're solely fixated now that my football team should have won the league, but because Man City paid Mancini a bonus 12 years ago, it made Aston Villa beat Arsenal. You know what I mean? It made Jurgen Klopp have a meltdown and what a fuck off. So they can blame that all they want, but when you take a step back and look at it, the realization is that we are considerably better than you.
Than
That is it.
Yeah.
Than you. And and that is it. And that is it. And that's it. You know what I mean? Oh, the death threats. Oh, honestly, the threats, you wouldn't believe it. Do you know what? Most of them, when you start to shame them,
most of them say that they're the classy clubs, aren't they? That most of them say, oh, City, you're so unclassy. And we're classy. We're doing it the classy way. The usual Arsenal fans are just pretty thick, to be frank with you, aren't they? I mean, the oil money thing cracks me up.
We're on the verge of doing another. If we beat Man United on Saturday, we're the first club in history to do a back-to-back double. We're the first club in history to win 4 Premier Leagues. We're the first club in history to get 100 points. We're the first club in history to win 5 trophies in one season and a treble. We're the first club in history to win a formidable clean sweep. So Pep Guardiola is doing everything unique. And what I mean by unique is he's setting these records and these like Centurions, Formidables, four-peat and all that. Jurgen Klopp never did that. Alex Ferguson was
hold on. Steve, Jurgen Klopp never retained a single trophy while he was at Liverpool. He didn't even retain the Carabao. He won it once and lost it. And if we look at Jurgen Klopp the last few years, mate, this season he finished third. Last season he finished fifth. Season before that he finished second. Season before that he won. And the season before that season before that he finished fourth. And the season before that he won. Liverpool have been very overhyped, very, very overhyped. But it's all just coping. And do you know what? I said to you on Sunday night, right, when we were in that bar, and I said to a few other lads that what we're doing right now, my mum always says to me, right, and my mum's getting older now, and she always says to me, life is about making memories, right? Memories with the people that you love. And that's what we're doing. We are making the best fucking memories, right? When you make memories in life, you're not thinking, hold on a second. Oh, fucking hell. I don't know if my mate that lives down the road's going to be enjoying me making this memory. When I'm on a holiday with my family, I'm not thinking, fucking hell. Oh, I wonder what my mate who lives down the road is thinking about this.
Jackie dropped me some tramadol off today, so big up Jackie, by the way.
He's still on it, yeah? Yeah. Hold tight, everyone that slapped Steve's back on Sunday.
I was in pain, me, on Sunday. I was in pain, you know, and I just got through it for the sake of the club. But do you know what, right? Last week, I had that much shit, right? And listen, I'm online and I'm giving shit. I'm entitled to shit. I don't get it. But I could, the amount of shit Man United and Arsenal Liverpool have done this season, I could make a TikTok video or a YouTube video every day and troll and be like Mark Goldbridge and all them and Erndo. I don't want to do that, right? But you know what, right? On Friday night, when I was reading some of the messages I was getting, I was thinking, do you know what? Do I need it? I don't need YouTube. I don't need the money. I've got my own things going on. I don't need it, right? I go on here to defend Manchester City Football Club and the fans. And then Sunday, when I went to that ground, I had that many fans come up to me and say, Steve, you're a legend, mate. Keep doing what you're doing, giving it them Arsenal fans and United. We love it, Steve. We love it and all that. And do you know what? I thought, you know what? I'm not going anywhere. They can say what they want. I'm not going anywhere. As long as my fans, my supporters, and the Manchester City fans fucking show me love and support and realise that I'm doing this because I love the club and I love the fans, then I'm not going anywhere. The day they come up to me and go, Steve, sack that YouTube off, mate. Now you look like a bellend. Then I'm gone. You know what I mean?
You know what, that's all I had in Mint Lounge. People just kept coming up to me and saying, you and Steve just need to keep your fucking foot, your foot on all their necks, every single one of them. And this is the thing. I probably spoke last week about this tool messaging me about, do I respect their club? Once again, this is where I can say, I will never respect any of these. I'm coming back now. I've started back. Don't worry. And that's the thing. It's true. Every time I'm around City fans, it just reminds me why we do it. Right? We've both got good jobs. Steve's got all sorts going on, right? And it just like I go on Twitter. People are saying, "Oh, City should respect Arsenal now. You should respect Arsenal." Then you go on Twitter and see the way they've taken it, and think, "I am never respecting any of you lot." Right? You have to earn my respect, and I don't just mean on the pitch. It's the way your fans act as well, and they're all scummy. There's some good ones. There are some good ones, but not many of them. Listen,
the Arsenal TV mob. Some of them are decent. Some of them are not.
Yeah.
I mean. It's exactly what. But these United ones out there, and listen, City at the top of the tree. We're here to be attacked. Listen, when I was growing up and you was growing up as a kid, there was 1,000,001 things you could say about Manchester City Football Club to troll us, and it was all true. So if you're saying 115 now, and that's the best you've got, I'm taking it on the chin. I'm taking it on the chin. I had Jamie Pollock running around scoring own goals and relegating us, mate, and that was just how bad we was. And shit like that, you know what I mean? And then, so to go from that to where we are now, and to see the Premier League title, to see Pep, to see players we've got and that, and then last season to win the treble, to go to Saudi Arabia, to go to Athens, we've been on some journey, and like you say, in a few years' time, we'll be sat there with my bad back thinking, fucking, I've seen it all. Seen it all.
And that's the
you know
thing,
what I mean?
Steve. This is the thing that I've kind of said to someone earlier as well. I said to Cass earlier, in fact, I said, could be 1 year, could be 5 years, could be 10 years, could be 15 years. At some point, right, we're not going to be, we might be in the Champions League still, might still be in the top four. We might be in a Europa Conference. Fuck knows where we'll be. But one thing I do know is we'll all still be together. That's where the one thing I do know is wherever the local bar is, we'll all be there together and we'll be thinking about this period, laughing our heads off with fond memories, going, we fucking completed football. And if you think, yeah, Lee Gunner is a good one, 100% agree. Yeah. The back end of Lee went on a mad rant on his. If you have time, anyone, Lee Gunner, go on his Instagram story and go through his story. It's about 10 pages of writing, yeah, just bullet points, and he talks a whole heap of sense. He actually said in one of them, Arsenal might just about be a bigger club than City, but in a season's time we won't be. Arsenal winning next season, yeah, we've heard that a few times as well. That one's a great one. I tell you what, if I'm an Arsenal fan right now, right. I'm sat there really, really bricking it because people say you have to lose it once to win it, right? I actually genuinely think they bottled up all that hurt and they used it quite well this season. But best believe Arsenal can start the season well next season, right? They can go on amazingly. The minute it gets to February, if City are mathematically within touching distance of Arsenal, imagine what's going through their players' head every single game, Steve. Every single game. So, yeah.
Big up Mo. Big up Mo. We stand alone in history now. We're Rays United three-peat. No one's touching 4 in a row. Big up to both of you guys, Rep City like no other. No, we appreciate it, guys. And we really do appreciate the support. And listen, you know what? When I was on the overlap and I was saying, like, sometimes you feel like you're on the front line. They don't understand it, yeah? Because the one that's waking up every morning to 250, 300 messages, you've seen it, Daps, is me, innit? The shit I'm getting. Because you're this, you're this, you're this. Because they know, A, I go every week, home and away. B, I fight for the club. I do a little bit of work for the club. But let's just get this straight. I might do a bit of work for the club, but I'm with the fans. And everybody knows that. I'm with the fans. I'm on the fans' side, I always will be. The fans run the club for me. Do you know what I mean? They're just custodians. Sheikh Mansour and all that, they're there. But the fans are the most important part of the club. We're the heartbeat of the club. That's why on Sunday, I was in the Mint Lounge in the middle of Manchester with 300 sweaty Mancunians with inflatable bananas singing Status Quo 4 in a row, me and Daps. That's because we're the men of the people. Yeah. We're here. 1 minute I might be on the pitch doing something for City, but I'm still back in the South Stand having a chicken balti pie in 20 minutes after. You know what I mean?
And you know another thing actually as well that I mean is I do have to actually give the shout out, and this is more with you. I'll get a few, but you get them. Is when we get all over the place, and I don't just mean in this country. I mean in away games, and I'm meaning in this country and in Europe. The amount of away fans that actually come up and show you love.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
It is.
At Palace, the amount of lads in Palace that are like Big Steve, what you're saying, and so it isn't all football fans, but there's some that are just fucking bitter. That actually, to be fair, I don't think if you really think about it, Steve, considering the amount of hate that we get online, I can't remember the last time someone came up to us at a football game and actually gave us some hate.
You've got no ass, man. Big up this geezer here, $4.99. Don't listen to hate content. This club brought me through the hardest point in my life, watching the club on 4-hour dialysis. And listen, while we're talking about hard time, just want to say one thing, yeah? There's a good friend of mine in Daps called Eddie Stewart, yeah? He goes home and away with his lad. All around the world, takes his lad with him. Eddie, the fucking lunatic, decided he was going to play in a Wivenshaw charity game, yeah? But bear in mind, he's too old now and he's fat. He's gone on the pitch after 30 seconds, yeah, and he's ended up in a right horror tackle, yeah. He's done both his kneecaps have ripped off. He's broke both his legs. He's done his ACL in both fucking knees, and he's been in hospital 3 weeks with his feet strapped together. And I tell you what, it's fucking unbelievable what's happened to him. You'd think he'd been hit by a truck. and this is playing football. So if there's any of you lunatics out there that are mid-40s with a bit of a beer gut and you're thinking about playing in a charity team, don't do it, because now he's nearly crippled. So Eddie Stewart, you know we love you. Everyone that knows him, we all love Eddie. And let's have some big love hearts in the chat, man, for Eddie Stewart, man. Big love hearts. And, yeah, he's a legend. And I'm going to try and get some stuff sorted out for him off the players because he deserves it, man. Yeah. Don't go playing in them charity games, man. You end up butchered.
and not by Pat.
Yeah, not by Pat. But no, listen, nothing aside. We've had a great season. We've won the league again. Don't take it for granted. Don't listen to the bullshit online. We've got one more game to go, and it's against the odd mob over the road, yeah? Let's not take our eyes off them, because they've got nought to play for. The fucking roof's leaking. There's piss running down the stairs. They've had to watch Manchester City win the title for the fourth. So they're going to be hungry for it at weekend. We just got to make sure we go there, get behind the boys again, yeah? Make sure we don't wear any bucket hats and shit like that and just get them beat.
I wonder if they're having anything given to them this year.
Well, listen, you just never know, do you? But feel sorry for Eddie, who's sat in his hospital bed strapped up. He genuinely thought he was going to Wembley. So on his deathbed last week, he rang the club and asked could he get a disabled wheelchair bay. If you've seen the state of the guy, he ain't getting out of there anytime soon. He might not even get out of there before August, looking at him. So going to Wembley, Eddie, unless we kidnap you, it ain't happening, son. Is it, Daps? He's fucked, innit? He's fucked up, man.
You know, it's mad as well. And that's I guess that's one of the negative things this year. There's been a few that obviously were with us the whole of last season before, and this season have dropped off. And so, yeah, all of them can't wait. You know what? There's going to be one party. I reckon it's going to be Madrid in 2028 or something. There's going to be, we're going to have a reunion singing Don't Sell Joe Art.
Definitely.
Don't Sell Joe Art.
We need a 10-year Navidad Street reunion. 10 years to the day we won the treble in Istanbul. Everyone needs to book a package holiday. Bring all your kids. Bring all your grandkids. Whatever you've got in 10 years' time, bring them. And we're just having a mad rave on Navidad's on 10 years. That's what we need to do.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
And listen, while we're on the subject of Pep, yeah. You might have seen something come out the other day about Pep leaving in May 25. I believe he is leaving in May 25. The rumour is he's going to New York City. I know that might seem a little bit hard to believe, but I do believe there is legs in this story. Whether Man City can convince him or change his mind in the next season, I don't know. It's possible. But I do believe that the plan could be New York City for Pep in 25 with De Bruyne. That's the new project. And then before people go, he's never going to go there and all that. Well, look at the facts, yeah? He's had that much intensity in this Premier League. He's won all these titles. He's had the pressure, the 115 and all the nonsense. Instead of taking a year out, he goes to New York. He loves New York. He's got a gaff in New York. His daughter's in New York. And we keep him in the City Football Group.
I forgot about his daughter as well, you know.
Keep him in the City Football Group. So we can sort of have him as like fucking Darth Vader of the City Football Group. So if there's ever a problem in Girona or back at Manchester or anything, we can call on Pep to come back and sort it out, go and fix that, go over to Uruguay, speak to them. The manager over there needs to do this, do that. Think about it. And I think he's just going to earn shitloads of dough, and City's going to keep him in that group. And I heard about that New York rumour a few weeks ago, and I didn't really want to say too much about it because it was probably not believable. But I think that might gather pace over the season. Daps, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I think it makes sense, man. It makes perfect sense because, like you said, it's where else can Pep go, right? That's the thing. It's where else can Pep go, right? He's never going to manage Spain. So anyone that says Spain, he will never manage Spain. Pep's not the type to go back to a place he's already been at, right? And it does. We've got the new stadium will be finished, I think, around that time. I forgot about his sister. I mean, about his daughter, sorry. I completely forgot about his daughter, so that makes it valid. And the City Group, and I know. I think at the weekend he was interviewed, and he said, "I've got one more year. Got one more year on this contract, and I always keep to my contracts. I'm further away. I'm closer to leaving than I am to staying, but I also want to speak with the players and see if I think the players could convince him. I think if he saw a newer, younger group of players that all were up for it, he could be convinced. He could. But I think you're right. We have to understand Pep will leave one day, right? And I would much rather he leaves with us at our prime than,
I just believe us as a fan base need to start getting used to the thought that that's coming. Because it's not like it's come out of the blue like Klopp and Liverpool are like, what the fuck's going on here? We know it's coming. Whether we like it or not, we know it's coming. Yeah. Pep Guardiola owes us nothing. Yeah. He can walk away today and he's the greatest ever. So at the end of the day, City will get it right. They got it right with Mancini. They got it right with Pellegrini. They got it right with Pep. They'll get it right. We might have another couple of uncomfortable years where we're not quite at the top. But we're not going to be Division 2. We're not going to be fighting relegation. We're going to be floating. And I just believe that that's when we've got to regroup as fans again. You know what I mean? Look at where we're at as a club and go again. But listen, if he does go New York, I think he'll have everyone's blessing. But one of them stands has got to be the Pep Guardiola stand.
Oh, yeah. And have you seen as well? I've just not long ago I saw MCFC Lads, hold tight, Luke posted it, and I've had a quick look, and a reporter called Hurst has reported that apparently Caldoon, Serrano, and Tiki have reassured Pep that don't worry, those about the charges, we're beating them. So giving him some reassurances. So don't know where that's come from, but
well, listen, we can all deny it. All we want, but this charges things ain't going to go away until it's put to bed. I'm sure City want it put to bed. Us as fans want it put to bed. But at the end of the day, we're just going with it. We just trust our club. I said that on the overlap. They all throwing fake speculation at me on there. Not one of them had a fucking clue what we're talking about. Gary Neville's now fucking ill because he said he didn't want City to win the league because it'd overtake United's achievement. It's already done that, so he's spewing.
Everyone's been throwing shade, yeah.
Carragher's fucking fuming because old Jurgen's fucking cracked up and fucked off. So there's not a lot going for any of them ex-players at the minute. Roy Keane couldn't work the game on Sunday because Erling Haaland and fucking his dad are sniffing around. Someone's going to chin him. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. But we've got one more game to go. Then we can all have a break. We can all regroup. Pre-season in the USA.
You're doing that. Are you doing that?
I'm going New York, I think, but I've heard there's only 4 first-team players going on the pre-season tour, so
it's Euros.
It's a bit of a shit to that. Yeah, it's a bit of a shit to
that. Do you know what? This weekend, to me, the minute because it feels like one mad bonus, because I'm not going to lie, when we came back from Madrid, Steve, and I saw we had Chelsea, and I saw how knackered we were, I thought, we ain't going to win this. We're going to rotate, and I can't see us beating Chelsea. We beat Chelsea, and it was straight away. It felt like a bit of a bonus. Like fucking hell, we
were on the bones of our ass against Chelsea.
Yeah, absolutely. How we won that? I wasn't expecting to win it. We won that, and because last year, because of Istanbul coming up, and I had my daughter the weekend before, I didn't do the final last year. So I've been looking forward to this final since the semi-final, ultimately. Like, really, really looking forward to it.
Balotelli, you need to message me, mate, because my back's still fucked, by the way. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, 100%. But now, after winning the league, this weekend feels like a big, big party bonus for me, because the weekend after we do the four-peat, what better? The season is over. Oh, no, hold on. We don't have to wait any weeks. We've had to wait 5 days till we can sing City's run 1-4 in a row to every single one of those rags. We don't have to wait till next season. We can rub it in their noses this weekend. And we have to get that song. You know, sometimes when we get that Champions Again, LA, just go in and go in and go in. Mate, first 30 minutes, we just need to be singing non-stop City's 1-4 in a row. Just to remind every single one of those red noses exactly what it is now. Because, like
I've walked in work today. One of the lads that works for me is a United fan. He goes home and away, yeah. He walked in, I went, all right. He went, yeah, you. I went, yeah. I went, Alexa. And it went, Yeah, so I went, "Play We Are the Champions" by Queen. And he fucking sat there and he went, "Oh, for fuck's sake." And I made him listen to We Are the Champions by Queen.
But do you know what? The thing is now, in a Guinness Book of Records, when records are broken, no one, the previous record becomes forgotten. 3-peat. Yeah. I mean, we did one of them. And it was great. But it's not about a 3-peat no more. It's about a 4-peat. And the maddest thing is, I'm already confident that we're going to do a 5-peat, you know. I'm not going to lie to you. If Pep does go, look, if Pep is going next summer, there's not a chance in hell that Pep's going to be wanting to leave this club fucking without bowing out. So,
I mean, just a little bit on the game, yeah. It was never in doubt for me. And that's not being, people say, "Oh, you was being arrogant." I'm not being arrogant. I'm confident. I've spent 20 years of my life shitting myself about Man City. Even being 3 and 4-0 up, I was always shitting myself. Now I've changed my mindset, yeah. With a little bit of help from my friends and a little bit of help from not drinking, my mindset has changed, yeah. So I'm quite a confident person when I'm watching this team. Yeah. And I just thought, you know what, we're going to do it. And I enjoyed it. And big up to everyone. I said, you know what? Remember me saying to you, Daps, look at this little kid here on his dad's shoulders. Remember the kid in front of us?
Yeah.
The little kid on his dad's shoulders, he must have been 4 or 5. He had a Foden shirt on. And he was singing every song and every chant.
There was a girl just to the right of you as well. Just to the right of you, there was a girl with her dad.
Future, man. Yeah. This is the future of the football club. This is what we're creating. This is what we're creating now, showing the passion. Oh, Man City, you've got none of this, you've got none of that. You haven't got a clue. That's why I said on the Lad Bible them years ago, you just don't get it.
They don't get it.
You just don't get it about this football club. You don't get it. And you know what? You could strip this football club tomorrow of everything. Right onto the bones of its fucking ass, yeah? We could be playing on Broaders Field. There'd be 30,000 on Broaders Field. That's
the thing. That's the thing, Steve. I always tell this story about how when I first moved down south, right, and anyone asked me who I support, and I said Manchester City, there was never a, "Oh, why do you support them?" Never a, "Why do you support them?" Never a, "How long have you supported them for?" All I ever got was, "Do you know what? I like you lot. You're a loyal bunch. You're down in the 3rd tier and you're still hitting record numbers, right?" It's only the minute we win a trophy that all of a sudden, the minute we took that, it wasn't even the FA Cup to be fair, it's the minute we won that Premier League off of them lot, right? And the Arsenal lot was shit scared because they hadn't won one for ages, and Liverpool hadn't won one for ages, that all of a sudden the questions then became, "How long have you supported for? You ain't got no fans, have you?" I'm like, a year ago, you told me we're the most loyal bunch of fans you've ever met. But because we've eaten off of your plate now, we don't have any fans. It's just mad.
That's just Zayn Mayasi's here spending his dad's credit card money again. Zayn, man, you cracked up all season. The amount of Arsenal bullshit you've come out with and the amount of money you spent on your dad's credit card, man, you need to relax, bro. But no, this is what I'm saying. Yeah. Just a big shout out to Pochettino, the fraud, who got sacked again tonight. 3 frauds in football. Tuchel, Pochettino, Bielsa. 2 of them are on the fucking dole. Big Steve was right 3 years ago.
Hey, let's just break down Zane's. Zane's actually right. Do you know what, Zane? For once, you are right. Arsenal getting Isaac, so he challenged next season. 100% he will challenge next season. He challenged last season. He challenged the season before. So what are you going to do? He didn't actually say they're going to win it. They will challenge. You'll still lose.
Do you think Doku's starting the cup final? Doku's been really good last 10 games for me. I feel like he's really... I feel like they've pulled him in and gone, "Listen, calm the fuck down. Stop fucking flying down them dead ends and blasting it and running into people. Just relax, mate. Lay the ball back. Go again. If you can't find the angle, go again." And he looks so fucking dangerous.
Last 2 games, I think he got the assist the other day. He got the penalty against Tottenham. Do you know what? I actually said this on an upload we did earlier. I think players like Doku, and I think really, really players like Vardiol, right? I think Vardiol has been, you know, Pep always talks about the desire of players. And I remember last summer, a lot of United fans were saying, "Listen, there's no way City are going to win it 4 times because we've been in this position before. And after you've done a treble, it's hard to go again the season after." And this is where City's Pep, the scouting team and everyone, they're so spot on that they know how to bring in players with the right mentality that help to lift the rest, because Vardy, Doku, Kovacic hadn't won any for a while. They were hungry, and I think their hunger has helped to get us over the line. I really do.
Love seeing him lift that trophy. He's never won the Prem, has he, Kovacic?
Nah.
He said
he looked well happy.
He said he was buzzing. Jack Grealish said, "Kovacic, what a guy!"
Yeah.
So you could see a lot of the players and all that were on the fringes. I mean, there was somebody. Well, you heard it, didn't you? At weekend, we were there together. Somebody said Kyle Walker's leaving, going to Saudi Arabia. Yeah. So I feel there's going to be a few shocks.
Yeah. You see what Ortega said?
No.
So Ortega got interviewed on the pitch, and someone's translated. It was in German, but someone's translated it, and he said, "Why would I want to go? I've played 20 games this season. I'm happy here. I'm winning trophies here. I want to stay at City." I know that his contract talks are in a bit of a bit of negotiations, but again, he looks very much part of the squad. I can't see Ortega going anywhere as well, So I'd love to.
Listen, we get this every season. I feel like we're in. I feel like we look at the squad now. Kyle Walker getting to the later years, Kevin De Bruyne getting to the later years. I feel like there's one or two tweaks. We've got to start thinking a little bit ahead. I do feel like we're going to spend. I think we're going to bring some big ones in. The transfer window last season, Guardiola, Kovacic, and Doku, people were going mad about that. But what's that lunatic called on here?
Oh, fuck him. I don't know, mate. I blocked him. He'll probably... Nippen, wherever he is. Yeah, knobhead.
Nitpicker, yeah. When he was on here, every season he's whinged, we've won the league. So I might unblock him.
He actually was whinging in my DMs about 2 weeks after we did the treble. And when I said, what the fuck are you talking about? We've just won the treble. He goes, yeah, but if we would have got Kane the season before, we would have done it then. I thought, oh, you can fuck off.
Mate, people are bonkers, mate. You never talk.
Do you know what? I think this is the thing. Kovacic, I can tell you now, I know where everyone looks at one game, right? Everyone looks at that fucking Arsenal game at the Emirates, right? And go, Kovacic had a bad season based off of that one game. I can tell you now, every single player in the Premier League has had one bad game. Apart from that, Kovacic has been absolutely mint, right? Absolutely mint. Sat next to... And do you know what? Over the last probably 10 days, he's been Rodri's legs. Yeah, he's lost. No, there's a lot of them.
I think he's been great. And I think what tends to happen at City, right? We start off okay. And then we always get a point in the middle of the season where we all sit there and we don't publicly display it, but we think in ourselves, don't think we're going to win it this year. Don't think we're good enough. You know what I mean? And then Pep will do something. He'll bring Kovacic into midfield. He will put Guardiola wide left and bring Grealish inside, or he'll do something that sort of triggers it. Like Haaland had that spell where they wasn't passing to him and he got injured and everyone was going on, oh, we're better without him and all that. Then he comes back. Then all of a sudden we're playing long balls to Haaland. He's getting one-on-one with centre-backs and scoring.
And the minute he scores one, everything's good.
This is it. Then you're thinking to Pep's fucking mad. And listen, I can't believe it. Like, can you imagine if Liverpool or Arsenal or United had won the league and we'd be sat on our channel, on City channel, slagging them off? They'd be calling us a small club. You got small mentality. How can you step to us? We just won 4 titles. This Manchester City fan base is one of the best in the world because we could be having a fucking field day with a lot of these clowns, but it's not. I ain't got the energy for it. I can't be asked.
Mate, I'll be honest with you. I will be honest with you. This is the truth. When I remember it now, the last 3 seasons, when I leave Manchester, right, on the last home game, and when I walk into Piccadilly, I feel sad, because I think I've got to wait. And now I'm already there counting down. I've booked Friday off work because I don't want to go into work. I just want to get back down to Wembley because there is nothing better than just being around your own, just being around City fans and not having to hear any crap, any bullshit. Do you know the other thing, Steve, I've worked out that Pep does that I think is absolutely genius, right? Is he uses the first... People talk about how he's tinkering with the formation, tinkering with the systems, the first maybe 2/3 of the season. But the other thing I think he's doing is he's working out who he can trust, right? Because if I said to any City fan, anywhere from last summer through till probably December, listen, if we've got a fully fit squad and we're going into the business end of the season where we have to win every single game, tell me who our back four is, right? And even if they were to say Vardy win, I probably think they would say Ake on the left, they'd say Walker on the right, and they'd say they'd send a centre defence partnership of John Stones and Ruben Diaz, right? But because of injuries, Akanji really had to get a run of games. Akanji had to play a lot this season, and not just as a centre back, not just as a right back, not just as a left back, also inverted into the middle of the pitch, right? And he's gone from being our 5th choice centre back to probably the first name on the team sheet. I think in the final 10 games, am I not right that he's probably rotated Diaz more than he's rotated Akanji? Akanji's been our core centre back, like the last. And I think that's what Pep works out. Who desires, who really wants it, who he can trust. And he'll go, do you know what? This season, Akanji hasn't done nothing wrong. So I think that's meant as well. It's unbelievable. Oh, 1,000,000%. I think he really, really is. I think he's unreal. And I think, do you know what? If he hasn't already, he deserves a new contract. Because when he came from Dortmund.
People talk about Hussam, right? Hussam. Listen, let me tell you about Hussam. I used to do the football terrace, right? The football terrace. I used to do it at 3 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon. I used to get paid a lot of money to do it, right? So no problem going on there. I don't particularly like the channel. I feel like they're just trying to, it's just all nonsense. They put me on a show with him. Right? This guy has never been to a football game in his life, right? That's not my problem. He's never been in and around English football. He's never been to anywhere. He doesn't get the culture, nothing. But because he lives in the Middle East, he tried to tell me he knew all about Man City sponsorships. He knew all about Manchester City's deals. He knew all about the Middle East business affairs. But the guy's never left his bedroom, yeah? So for me, that's hard to believe. Now, if somebody wants to debate with me on a channel about Manchester City, that is absolutely fine. If that person's got some sort of credit, he goes home and away, he's a fan, he knows something about that situation, me and him, let's go. But I don't debate with clowns. I could get somebody off the street, put him on a stream next to me who can talk shit. And that's all the guy was doing, was talking shit. The clip went viral of me telling him he is a knobhead. Because before the stream, he was told by the guy who was running the stream, don't talk about the charges because you don't know anything about them. He proceeded to talk about the charges. So the guy's a knob. So I left the terrace because of that reason. A lot of good people have left that channel because of that reason. I don't need to go into the football sewer on the internet. I don't need to do that. I don't need to. I will argue and I will debate with fans who have got something to say, and I'll always respect opinions, but not with people that make things up. Don't make things up to come at me on a channel because you made to look a knobhead. You tried to tell me there was no fans in the stadium in Japan pre-season and we broke the attendance record. So anyone, and I know all the little kids online, they get all excited and that and go, oh, Sam's cooking, Steve. He's not cooking no one. He's not even cooking in his own gaff. Have you seen the state of the cunt? So at the end of the day, yeah, let's realise that there's levels on this YouTube thing, and he's like conference fucking Division 4 Vanarama League, yeah? And I'm somewhere up here because he's full of shit. My daughter's 5, yeah? She knows more about football than him. That's it. I could put her on here now and she'd fucking tell me more about him. That's all you got to know about him.
Do you know the other thing as well? I think something just to speak on, not on the Sam, but just speak on what I've realised from doing YouTube over the past few years. I've had a couple of months off from doing it because I just can't be bothered ending up. I get rattled very easily, and then it's me that looks like the idiot when I start losing my cool because someone's sat behind a camera. And you know, I've done live shows with people face to face. People are very different face to face to how they are behind the camera. But what I've realised is, it's not about where you are from. And it's not about, you know, how long ultimately, there are different types of people, and there's people all over the world that support City, and we salute to you, right? As long as you're going to support City forever, and you're not going to jump ship, and you haven't jumped ship already, right? But match-going fans and people that live far away and don't go to games, our experiences are different, right? So all we can talk about is our experiences, yeah? Now, do you know what? There might be someone that knows a lot more about football than me that lives and doesn't go to games. But the key is when that person starts trying to tell you that your stadium's empty and you're at the fucking game, right? That's where it's like you're ultimately now just lying. I can't respect you because I was at that game, right? And there'll be some, there'll be whoever we play. West Ham at the weekend, for example. West Ham fans will tell you that there will be fans of other clubs, and it's unfortunate when it becomes content creators or people on Twitter that try and tell you, oh no, there weren't any fans there. And you're like, well, I was there with my eyes. How can I have a debate with you about anything if you're openly just lying?
It's just fucking bullshit. And like you say, listen, I've met some foreign fans, me in Saudi Arabia, in Athens, all over the world watching City, who are fantastic and they love the club. Nobody's got an issue with foreign fans.
Yeah.
The foreign fans have got an issue with the English fans because they want some sort of validation. Okay, mate, you get up at 3 a.m. in the morning, you watch Man City. But I don't ring you to say you've been stuck in an airport, Big Steve, for 4 hours and you've missed your flight and someone's missed a plane and that's gone to shit. We don't want that validation off you. If you want to support Manchester City Football Club, support Man City Football Club. Get involved. Come to the Etihad when you can. Get on the forums. Be a positive person. You don't have to keep telling us what you're doing. We know that. We respect it. But, we don't have agendas in this football club. We're all together. Whether you live in South Africa, whether you live on the moon, whether you live in Moston, whether you live in London, if you love Manchester City Football Club and it's in your heart and there's no agenda and you're clean and you come to the games and you just support the boys, we love everybody. Yeah. But when you sat there behind a screen somewhere and you're going, Pep should get fucking sacked, Edison's fucking shit, you're not one of us, mate. You're not one of us. We don't do that in this fan base. We don't do that. They're the kind of foreign fans that we don't want. They're the kind of foreign fans. If you turn up in the South Stand with a skirt up your ass and a fucking giant camera, fuck off, because nobody wants that. You know what I mean? We're here in the South Stand. We're supporting the boys. We're not asked what you're wearing. We don't want a camera in our face, and we're supporting Manchester City. So there's no divide in this club. There's no divide in this fan base. We're all together. We all love the football club. We're on the best journey of our lives. Ignore all the bog rats online at say 115 and all that, because in 10 years' time, they'll be gone, mate. They'll be stacking shelves in fucking Aldi or wherever they want to be doing, and we'll still be here going home and away and ballooning in the Mint Lounge when we've won 14 in a row with inflatable bananas. That's all you need to know.
You know what? The mad thing is it will still be Mint Lounge as well.
It will.
It will.
It is, man. Big up Alec as well, man. Listen, big up Tits Out Jackie. Tits Out Jackie's in the chat. Love you, Jackie.
Oh, is that who it was? I was going to say, is that?
Oh, yeah. She doesn't go under that name anymore, but she's a legend. She's a bigger legend at City than Colin Bell. So, listen, man, I tell you, it's great. Hey, listen, being a fucking Man City fan, there's nothing better, mate. I'm telling you now, seeing all them supporters at weekend, even the old school guys and all that, all celebrating. Yeah. I tell you what, it brings a tear to my eye.
Yeah. Did you see the video of the old man and woman outside who got asked about? Well, who said what was it? She said he goes, he's probably about 80 with his missus, and he goes, I tell you what, we're going to win after this. We're going to win them 115s. We're going to beat them all. And his missus there going, yep. And then in the comments, the funniest thing is, then in the comments, you got loads of virgins in their bedroom with pictures of Odegaard, pictures of Van Dijk as their avatars, trying to go, oh, pathetic fans. No, they're not pathetic fans. They're in their fucking 80s, husband and wife, probably been married 60 years, and they're still going to the football together, right, and watching their team lift trophies. If that is what you see.
Did you see how defiant he was? Did you see how defiant he was? Where he went, hey, we're going to win this, and he went, we're going to beat that lot on Saturday, and I tell you what else we're going to win as well. Then 115 charges. Yeah. He's a proper man. It's in him. It's in his heart. He ain't taking his football club
Steve,
for granted.
And then when there's little virgins online that have probably never been to a game going, these pathetic football fans. Listen, when I'm 85 years old, I hope I am going to watch Manchester City with my missus, right, getting pissed and saying, yeah, we're gonna win we're gonna win the 40th Pete. Right, and then we're going to beat some more charges they've thrown us. That, for me, is the epitome of being a true football fan. So for people to say they're pathetic, they're not real fans, I think, all right, no problem whatsoever.
And listen,
did you see Ronnie on the pitch, by the way, Steve?
Just seen Ronnie, little bastard, trying to get the champagne.
I didn't get taken out with that. Fucking Jack must have been loving that.
We're coming to the end of the show. It's been an hour, yeah. And this is our second live in a week. You are privileged because we don't usually do lives. It's usually a pre-record. But I just want to say, on behalf of all Manchester City supporters around the world, I would like to thank His Royal Highness Sheikh Mansour, and his mate Khaldoon Al Mubarak, and the boss Pep Guardiola for yet another unbelievable fucking season. Watching a team with no history, no fans, winning absolutely everything and boiling piss all around the world. So thank you to Sheikh Mansour for ruining football and making my life fucking unbelievable. That is all I want to say to Sheikh Mansour. What do you want to say to Sheikh Mansour, Daps?
Just nailed it, bro. That is it. I've been waking up since we won it. In fact, no, since last Tuesday, I'll be honest, since last Tuesday when we beat Spurs, I'm just waking up with a smile on my face. Do you know what I mean? That's how it feels to be a City fan. And there is nothing better than going into the summer with a smile on your face. Because when you win a game, usually you have about 3-4 days to smile before you've got your next game, right? You've got 2 months to smile, Steve. 2 months to smile. No, we've done it again.
This means four, apparently. This means four. Listen, we got another super chat here. Big up the citizens. Was at the March Derby. It's called Bruno the bitch that he is. We continue making history in the best run club in the world. Fuck all the clowns. City till I die. Love the club. Love the tears from the ops. Big up Roberto. This is what we want. And listen, you know what? We're going to end it on a nice note that we've won the league again. We're champions again. Don't ever take it for granted. Let's go Old Trafford. Let's go to Wembley this weekend. Let's fucking beat them. Let's never, ever, ever forget what kind of shit they used to churn out to us when we were shit. They never give us a minute. They never give us nothing. This is karma. When we were kids, we used to say, karma's coming for them bastards, yeah? Well, karma's coming for them again, yeah, at weekend. Like I said on Saeed's stream, show them no mercy. I don't want even them to have a shot, yeah? Fucking beat them. Let's take the piss out of them, yeah? At least is one thing. At least they can go to the match without getting rain and fucking piss dripping on their heads. So they'll be grateful with that. But let's see if they turn up with the bucket hats. Pure Mancunian pride at weekend. Manchester City, the pride of Manchester. We're City from Main Road. Let's get to Wembley. Win that FA Cup. Four-peat, FA Cup, double. Let's all fuck off and enjoy our holidays and leave everyone else to sort out the 115. From me, Big Steve, and MCFC Daps, we are the champions. This was the four-peat stream. We'll see you all. Green Man, Saturday. March to the Arch. Come on the fucking Blues.